Contact 5 Palm Beach Post joint investigation into the Department of Children and Families uncovered deep-rooted problems that may be contributing to kids dying while in DCF care. So what now?
DCF Secretary Mike Carroll told Contact 5 that he's putting a plan in place to ensure better care. But is that enough? Contact 5 investigator Sam Smink brought her investigation straight to the local lawmaker in charge of child welfare. She joins us now live with what you've learned, Sam.
State Representative Gail Harrell of Stewart has served on the committee that oversees DCF for the last 8 years. She told me making DCF better is unfortunately not a quick fix, but a work in progress.
It was confessions like this one.
Yeah, I mean, I've had so many families to call me and be like crying on the phone with me, begging for help. And there are times when my supervisor would be like, well, they can deal with it on their own.
And this one.
When you have a caseload of 20, 25, 30, 35, you are bound to not just fail, most likely, but your families that you are charged with overseeing and helping are going to fail.
That led us to Representative Gail Harrell.
Certainly the caseloads that they're talking about seemed very large. This is a high-stress job. This is about as stressful as you can get.
To help alleviate that stress, for the last 5 years, the state legislature has put more money into child welfare.
The legislature's responsibility is to fund and to set policy.
In 2014, they gave millions to the agency to hire 270 additional child protective investigators. But since January, at least 198 workers across the state have quit.
Well, I think that comes down to hiring. And are we getting the right people? And that's part of the problem.
A state Senate bill passed in 2014 set a goal for the agency.
By 2019, if we could have 50% of our CPIs with a social work degree, I think you would see this caseload drop. At least with a social work degree, you know what you're going to get.
I went to the house on Saturday afternoon. Nobody was home.
Finding new child protective investigators is tough. Keeping them even harder. Their starting salary is $35,600 and jumps to $39,000 after a year.
Florida is in the lower ranks of the nation regarding starting salary. Is the legislature satisfied with this starting salary?
I think this is where we are now, and we are progressively increasing that.
It's not just the money. It's too many cases and not enough time.
It's virtually impossible.
And they did expect people to pretty much work 24/7.
It would not surprise me if every person who's worked for DCF at one point or another has changed a time, has backed up a time, has changed a fact.
Anyone who misrepresents or lies on a form should be fired.
But many of these investigators are saying it's the pressure from management and supervisors that is causing this.
I say shame on them if they're doing that.
But they're saying that's directive coming from supervisors because you need to close these cases.
No, they need to close cases that it's appropriate to close. I can't speak for the department. I can only speak for what the legislature is doing.
What about these children who did suffer and die on the state's watch?
Do you believe the state is serving these at-risk children well?
I think we have done a great job in moving forward. We are a work in progress. We're continuing to work on serving children well. Are we there? No, not at all. Are we working on it? Absolutely.
We also asked Representative Harrell about the safety model workers in Florida use to investigate cases. They say it's requiring them to do too much paperwork. Harrell promised she will ask the Child Welfare Institute at FSU to re-examine the safety model. Steve?